Okay, and we are live for the 3:33 p.m. podcast by FootBoleh. And as usual, I will be your host, Dharmendra Prabhu. And we will be hosting this show every Saturday, same time, 3:33 p.m. Different location. Right, can be here, can be anywhere in Singapore. Alright, and for today, we have two guests. First, we have on my left a diehard Liverpool fan. He is the natural born diva, Dominic Das. And some stats about him, well, he's the admin for the LFC Cop Talk page, which has amassed about 10,000 fans for now, and it's ever growing, which I'm also a fan of. And on my right side, we have a Arsenal fan, a diehard Arsenal fan who was the first guy in Singapore to actually put out the Wenger out banner.
Wenger out!
And I was the first one to witness it as well. I was there. Alright. Okay, so for this show, like every week, we'll be discussing a hot topic. For example, for today, we will be discussing the big January transfer window live. And it was the biggest spending transfer window ever in all the January transfer windows over the years.
Yep.
With the big six, of course, bolstering their squad.
Yep.
So today we are going to discuss the big six transfers like Sanchez, Mickey, we've got Laporte, we've got Lucas Moura, alright, all sorts of transfers. So we're going to discuss all this. We're going to scrutinize the January transfer window for the big six in the EPL. And let's start with Arsenal. So,
okay,
how was it, Haikal?
Okay, I'll start off by saying that it was ideal, it was promising, it was encouraging, but it's not perfect. We needed defenders. I'll start by going with Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan was part of the exchange with Sanchez.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are two completely Mkhitaryan's. One is from Dortmund, one's from Manchester United. For Manchester United, he played 29 games, 5 goals, 6 assists. But for Dortmund, he played 68 games, 23 goals, 29 assists.
Wow.
That is different. Here's the thing. When he was playing at Dortmund, they were playing 4-3-3. But if you play FIFA, it's 4-3-2-1. So it's not wingers, it's forwards. When he was playing as forward, it was opposite to Royce. The way Royce plays was to drift wide and then cutting in. How Mkhitaryan plays was to go to the center and then letting others to go inside. So while he drifts to the forward, he allows Julian Weigl, Gonzalo Castro to come in. And at the same time, he's got Aubameyang and Royce in front. So he can pass the ball, or since the passing lane is cut, he's going to drift wide and then go into a space and others will come in.
So more like Ozil?
Something like that. I'll get on to that. But when he was playing at Manchester United, how Mourinho was playing is very rigid. If you're a winger, you're not allowed to go into the center as much as you like.
Okay.
You're more likely to go in front and then you cut into the box, which is why you don't see him being that productive. Whereas in Dortmund, it's totally different. You can see the stats. So
yeah, and he got a hat-trick of assists for Arsenal in his first game, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll get on to that. Now he's in Arsenal, he's got Ozil, who's to me exactly the same player. So either one's going to be finding the hole or in the center become the orchestrator. The best example was the first goal for Arsenal, Ramsey. So you got Mkhitaryan who's running in, finding the space. Ozil had the ball.
Okay.
Ozil did was the pass to Aubameyang. Now Mkhitaryan's inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Ramsey, who likes to drive inside the box. Ramsey is finding another space. So what Ozil did was the pass to Aubameyang. Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan knows each other. They make a flick. He made a flick to Mkhitaryan, and then there's Ramsey finding space so he can give the ball. That's what Manchester United didn't do. They didn't play him correctly. Secondly, I'll get on to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. This guy is a predator. I'm not gonna lie to you, he's a predator. He's got 17 goals in 22 games for Dortmund this season.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a very, very good ratio.
And why I'm saying he's a predator, he has 3.08 shots per game inside the box.
Wow.
He's got Mkhitaryan with him. He's going to get all the help he can. So, what's the thing about him is he always stays inside the box. The bad thing about him, however, is he doesn't have the space. I mean, he doesn't have the speed. Actually, when it comes to dribbling, if you close him down, he's going to lose the ball.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually, I just want to add on to the concept of having Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang, and I do feel that Arsenal is actually trying to get Marco Reus into the picture because they want to build the trinity. The set of play that this Dortmund had with Marco Reus, Mkhitaryan and Aubameyang was very efficient in terms of goals and assists. But the only issue that I feel that Arsenal should be careful of is Aubameyang's attitude issues. He has an attitude problem.
That's true.
But another...
I mean, besides the attitude, they've got Batman, man.
Yeah.
The mask is going to come out soon.
Yep. But I'm going to talk about Batshuayi, who's the real Batman though. So that will be later on Chelsea. So the issue about Aubameyang is that, especially in terms of the Premier League, right, there needs to be a defensive contribution from strikers. So they must be wary. But Arsenal, probably the first game of Aubameyang is at home. So Arsenal do play well at home, but the real test is away. So not too soon. I wouldn't say it's quite fast to already confirm that he's a good signing, but it will take some time.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Alright, so we had Arsenal, and let's move on to your favourite Liverpool.
Alright, man. So Liverpool is the topic of controversy because of the amount that they got, which was Coutinho. So actually the actual amount of the deal was Coutinho was bought by Barcelona for £142 million, but the issue is that they were only able to pay up £101 up front, and then they'll slowly break down the payments. So Liverpool bought two other left backs. Interestingly, they have gone for left backs. So they bought Tony Gallagher, which is from Falkirk FC. He's a left back, and Anderson Arroyo, which is from a Colombian team. He was bought and immediately loaned out. So Anderson Arroyo and Tony Gallagher, right? If I've watched them play through YouTube, not live. So what they have is that they have pace, they have physique, they have height, and they have the ability to attack and come back. Maybe Jurgen Klopp's philosophy is he always wants attacking wing back, but able to come back. And the issue is, my feeling is that the real test for us, for Liverpool, is not defense, it's the midfield. So they did buy on the 30th of December, they bought, within 30 minutes it was announced. Suddenly we hear news that Liverpool has already signed Virgil van Dijk, and then the next thing you know, he's already at Anfield. They were quite
certain about it,
secretive about the whole issue, and then they leaked it out. So Virgil van Dijk, like some stats about Virgil van Dijk. So Virgil van Dijk was bought because of his aerial domination. He clocks at least 2 aerial duels per game stats. And his interception is 1.4 interception per game, 1.4 tackles per game, which is almost as high as Lovren. But Lovren's issue is that he has a very low aerial domination against the Premier League, which is a real test of physique. So
what about Matip?
Okay, Matip is interesting. So he was bought from Schalke because he was the Bundesliga team of the season for most number of aerial duels, most number of tackles and interceptions. But when he was bought in, it shows that one, like what Carragher said, right? You cannot just buy a defender to solve your defensive problems. It is a bigger issue. So, goalkeeper is one. Liverpool should have invested in a goalkeeper. They should have invested in the midfield because they do not have a defensive mid who contributes attacking wise and defensive wise. I think the real problem is there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Alright, moving on, we have Man City. I mean, the strongest team in the EPL, which
arguably, yes.
Okay, arguably, yes.
In the world,
right now.
Yeah.
So, honestly speaking, they wouldn't need anyone to bolster their defense. But of course, we have seen lapses in concentration by Company, Stones, Mangala, even Otamendi. But Otamendi was more of the secure one. Well, he's been putting in goals. A lot of people have him in Fantasy Premier League.
Yep.
So he's been scoring the points for them as well. But let's look at Laporte, who they signed for 57.1 million. That's really quite an amount to pay for defenders, but we've seen Virgil van Dijk, we've seen them buying John Stones, we've seen them buying Kyle Walker for 50 million. So it's really not about the money nowadays. It's whether you can prove your worth at arguably the strongest team in the EPL. So we've seen Laporte play at Bilbao.
Yep.
And in the Spanish league, he was one of the most feared defenders.
Yep.
He did very well for Bilbao. The reason why Bilbao are always in the top 10, all right, for the past consecutive seasons are because Laporte is putting his life out there to defend.
Yep. I agree.
Compared to PK, compared to Ramos, his stats might not be there as good as them, but he was in the top 5 for tackle ratio for the past few years.
Yep.
3 years, yes, for the past 3 years. He was in the top 5 for tackle ratio and block shots. So this really shows that he has that ability to defend. But looking forward, Man City need ball-playing defenders.
Yep.
They always deploy ball-playing defenders. All right, and I see Laporte more as a replacement for Company, who is slowly going to phase out. Okay, he's old, he's keep on getting injured. All right, so Laporte is going to phase him out. And then Laporte is a very, very big ball-playing defender. If you watch his videos in Bilbao, you will be seeing him spraying passes to the left, to the right, to the center, everywhere. So he can play the ball as well. All right, so that is one to look out for.
Quick question: who'd you pick? Your two centre back for Man City.
For
2 or
Man
3?
City,
They're playing with 3 or 2.
I believe they will be playing with 3.
Yeah.
They should be playing with 3 centre back. That's
Well, if they play 2 centre backs, my pick would be Otamendi and Laporte. How
Same.
about yours?
Laporte, yes, Laporte definitely, but
John Stones?
maybe John Stones. But interestingly, he's actually played Danilo,
Yeah.
as he's bringing Danilo into a centre back role. Danilo has space, but maybe the defensive reading is not there yet as for a central defender lah. But it could be interesting though. I really don't know what Man City will pick. But if I would choose, I think Laporte and Otamendi, because Otamendi has experience in reading games.
Okay, next up, we are going to go for Tottenham.
Yep.
Spurs.
Your
make
favourite
one.
club?
It's not my favourite club. This is my favourite club. Don't do that again. Alright, Spurs only made one signing, and again, I'm trying my best not to be biased here.
Yep.
They signed
Okay.
Lucas Moura. So Lucas Moura, his best season actually was last season, where
Sorry, let me just ask you. Lucas Moura for Liverpool, would you have taken him?
Maybe not lah.
Okay.
I
Back to
like
you, Aika.
Lucas Moura, but no.
you sure?
I don't think so lah. Long term, no. I don't think so. Yep.
Made a wise decision not signing him, because his last season was his best season.
Yeah.
He made 37 appearances. He scored 13 goals and 6 assists. However, this season, he hasn't started the game. He made 5 substitute appearances because of Neymar. But then you got to challenge people, all right? You got Di Maria, and you got Mbappe, and maybe you want to go in front, go and challenge Cavani. But then there's only one Cavani. So Lucas Moura, the key thing about him is he likes to dribble. He likes to take on players, but he's not a proven finisher. He's not a proven assist. 13 goals, 6 assists, 37 appearances. Not good enough. Simply not good enough.
And that was his best
That is his
season,
best
right?
season. It's not good enough. I don't know why Pochettino put in the money.
Well, do you think that Tottenham can bring him out? I mean, with Harry Kane, with Ali, with Christian Eriksen?
No,
No?
because you've got Lamela there.
Yeah.
He's not doing much. He's not doing much this season. He's not doing much since Pochettino came in. If you want to compete with Ali, Son, Eriksen, you got to be on your game. You have to be on your game, because if I was Pochettino, I wouldn't put him on the wing. I put him more like Dembele, playing in the middle, but instead of defending, attacking. The thing about him is he got 80% passing completion average. So put him in the middle, experiment. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But bad signing. I wouldn't have signed him. And I'm not being biased. If Arsenal were to sign him, I would say Wenger out again.
But so do you think that Lucas Moura was a desperate signing by their fans too? Because every team wants every supporter wants their team to sign someone. It's a
But let me just put it out there.
concept.
They have this player called Momo Sissoko, all right?
Yeah.
And he's been played on the right, he's been played on the center. I mean, but he has been
There's
doing
a Tottenham
nothing.
Sissoko and there's a French Sissoko.
Yeah,
Totally different player.
So I honestly think that Moura was a welcome signing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Chelsea.
Okay.
Alright, Dom's got the stats for Chelsea.
So
Ton of
Okay.
players going out on loan.
in my opinion, Chelsea invested in Emerson Palmieri. They invested in Ross Barkley, and they also bought Oliver Giroud. So Emerson Palmieri is a player that I really like. He's very hardworking, very strong. He clocks in his interceptions. And
He would have been a welcome for Liverpool, man.
exactly. But the thing is, right now, Anderson,
you?
Andrew Robertson, right,
Yeah.
is having a really good game, and he's also having competition with Moreno. But Robertson, yes, but Moreno, I think, has to go out. But Chelsea invested in Emerson Palmieri while they also had Baba Rahman, and I don't know why Baba Rahman was bought for 18. I believe I'm not so sure. 18 million pounds from this Augsburg, right? From Augsburg.
Yeah.
And
You're kidding.
Yeah, 18 million.
Baba Rahman.
I believe it's so. I believe so. He was bought for 18 million pounds. Yep. Yeah, 18 million pounds. I'm sure. So he came in. He played 15 games. He came in subs and all this, and he did not perform. And they immediately loaned him out. Now he's back in. I believe it's Schalke. So they already have a very good left back, but there's something in him that is not working, and they bought Emerson Palmieri because Marcus Alonso, even though he is good defensively, he does not provide the key passes as much as Emerson Palmieri in terms of crossing. So Marcus Alonso is already 27 years old. Chelsea's problem right now is they have an aging squad. But what did they do? They go and buy a striker, a 31-year-old striker who is from Arsenal, but who is a clinical finisher. I believe that one thing is that if you are an Arsenal fan, it would really hurt to see your team sell a very loyal finisher to a rival club. I don't agree with that.
One thing I'll say is he has 105 goals in 253 games, and that's no slouch. So he is a proven finisher, Giroud. The thing is, he needs to play to his strength.
Yeah. So
I think I'm gonna get a lot of comments out here, but is Giroud the best striker that Arsenal has had since
Henry?
Yeah.
No. Let me tell you why. The highest goal he ever scored in a league game, in a league season, is 16.
Okay.
You compare to your Henrys, your Ian Wright.
As in, I know that Henry is definitely bigger. Ian Rush definitely bigger, but I'm comparing like since Henry. Since Henry, no. So who's better than Giroud?
Van Persie. As much as I hate to say that,
true.
Van Persie, because
just
Giroud's got 16
Sorry, man, I
goals.
forgot about Van Persie.
That's not good enough if you want to be a main striker. Even Sanchez, when he was playing in front last season, he got 23 goals. Not good enough.
So in terms of Giroud, right, the issue comes back again. They have Morata, but Morata's I would say I would feel that Giroud is a panic buy because they do not have a replacement for Morata. So Batshuayi was loaned out to Dortmund, and he's performing because he has the team that supports him. Chelsea plays 3-4-2-1. They played 17 games using that formation, and they scored 17 goals using that formation, and that was the best formation. The issue with 3-4-2-1 is it is a typical Italian formation which is primarily focused on defense. When you compare it to Liverpool, who uses 4-3-3, they scored 42 goals but conceded a lot of goals, so they sacrifice defense for attack. But Chelsea has only 17 goals conceded, but it comes back to the same issue. The problem with Giroud is he's not going to move. He can create the goals, he can score, but you have to create the opportunity for him to score. If you're not going to link up with him, it's going to be an issue. 17 goals.
Okay, so moving on, we have the last team of the Big Six. The one that signed Sanchez.
Manchester United.
Out of nowhere. I don't know where they signed Sanchez from. Out of nowhere, alright? He was supposed to go to City, but ended up at Old Trafford, Theatre of Dreams.
Would you believe that Man United went for Sanchez in early December?
Yeah, I personally agree. It was just a PR smokescreen. They were actually working on the Sanchez deal throughout.
Wow.
And then eventually they signed him because they were linked with Lucas Moura. All these were just smokescreen. They were primarily just focused on getting Sanchez. My friend already told me last season itself they were trying to get him.
Alright, so I mean, bringing this up just means that they wanted Sanchez. It doesn't mean that they signed Sanchez just because Man City wanted him and they wanted to get him out of Man City. They actually signed him because they really, really wanted him.
Yep.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they are paying the amount like same as Virgil van Dijk because there's competition for him,
Yeah.
and they wanted to secure the signing. Like Virgil van Dijk is definitely not 75 million pounds, but you're getting a lot of quality. Actually, earlier I made a mistake. I said 2 interceptions per game. It's actually not 2 interception, 2 aerial duels won per game. It's actually 5.2 average aerial dominations won
That's
by
a lot.
Virgil van Dijk, which
That's-
is a lot.
yeah.
For a Premier League player, you need height, you need the aerial domination, and the same issue goes to Sanchez. Sanchez has one of the best dribble success rate in the Premier League, but the issue with Sanchez is he's a little bit whiny. He
I mean,
complains.
something like what Aubameyang brings to Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know, it's quality. There's tons of quality there. It'll bring you goals, it'll bring you assists,
Yeah.
but the problem is they have attitude problems.
Yeah.
And they demand more. Like for example, now we are seeing De Gea. He's demanding the same amount of money that
Manu is gonna
Sanchez
be
is
in trouble.
earning. So Manu is really going to be in trouble.
Yep.
I mean, you fans might have to fork out a lot more money to pay for their jerseys to support them and get them more players.
I'm not being biased, but my theory is that Manu has been holding. If you see the expected goals scored in games for every team, Manu's expected goals has been dropping tremendously every season, but they have been holding the fort because of one guy, and it's De Gea. If he's always winning the Fan Player Award every year, right, it's because he really is one of the world's best goalkeepers, and because of him, he has no ability to rely on his defense. His defense is sometimes all over the place, and De Gea has been the one. If they lose De Gea, totally different ball game.
Yeah, man. I mean, definitely he's going to end up at Real Madrid someday. I do foresee that.
personally feel too, so.
He's an amazing goalkeeper. Okay, so for Sanchez, win or lose for Manu?
Win.
For Manu, I would say win. Win.
Yeah, I would say win as well. I mean, maybe a win for 2-3 years.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
How
we
old
are
is he?
going to...
He's 29.
29,
30.
30.
I think he's turning 30 this year.
Yeah.
He's quite old, but
But he still got at least 2-3 years
He
left in
still
his
has the
life.
quality.
yeah, still has the quality.
Okay, we are going to ask Heikel, Dom and myself the biggest winners and losers of the Big Six.
Okay.
Alright, so biggest winner, Heikel.
Arsenal. I'm not being biased. Arsenal.
Alright, yeah, we can see.
For me, it's Arsenal. Definitely Arsenal.
I'm going to go with Man City. I mean, they already have a damn strong squad.
Yep.
They just boasted it. Alright, biggest loser.
Spurs. I'm not being biased again.
Alright, biggest loser, man.
I would say Chelsea. Yep. I believe it's Chelsea.
Why? Because wrong people they bought in. Panic buys.
Okay, I feel that Giroud was a panic buy. They were more pressured into buying someone. They were looking at ridiculous players, Andy Carroll, I don't know
Peter
what
Crouch.
Peter Crouch. Just because they can score in the Premier League, they were trying to get these players. And they signed Palmieri, but I don't think Palmieri will be able to start. That's really there. Like, he doesn't have the opportunity to override Marcus Alonso. And Ross Barkley, good, but as long as he gets one injury, that's it. He's really good. He's 24 years old. He's very
He's
young.
injury prone, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
very
he
injury
is.
prone. Hamstring injury, whole season out. Everton, he has attitude issues, so he comes with a lot of baggage.
Yeah. Alright,
So-
biggest loser for me. Honestly speaking, I would say Liverpool. Because
Alright.
of the squad depth.
Okay.
Alright, squad depth.
Yeah.
Virgil van Dijk was a needed signing, they got him in. But looking beyond Virgil van Dijk, the midfield, the forward, squad depth is lacking. I mean,
Upgrade.
you just look at their bench. If you don't believe, you can look at the Liverpool versus Tottenham game tomorrow and just look at their bench. Not many. Alright. Okay, we are going to go on to our next topic, which will be a weekly thing. And our topic is legend versus future legend. Okay, so every week we will be comparing players of the old. Okay, like for example, Del Piero or Schmeichel, Pavel Nedved, Clarence Seedorf, alright, all the legends. And then we will be comparing them to the players who are playing in their position at their club.
Current club. Yeah.
So for example, Del Piero, we will compare him with Dybala. Schmeichel, from the old menu, we'll compare him with De Gea.
Oh, I thought you meant Casper Schmeichel, bro.
That's what I thought.
I mean, David Schmeichel, man. Alright, so,
David
For today-
Schmeichel?
Peter Schmeichel.
sorry, Peter Schmeichel. My bad. Sorry. For today, we have Peter Schmeichel versus David De Gea.
Yep.
Yeah, David De Gea, not David Schmeichel. Sorry, I mixed them up. Okay, so we got Peter Schmeichel against David De Gea. And we are going to go in a round robin. And each of us are going to state our case as to who is the better player.
You want me to start first?
Alright, let's
Yeah,
go.
I start first. So if you look at Peter Schmeichel, he is one of Man U's legends, definitely a legend. He did concede goals, but his ability to save goals that were like definitely going in, his strength was diving, his strength was handling. He was strong. He was a Danish ox. He 1999 treble winner. He captained the team, especially against Bayern Munich, where he came up and then Teddy Sheringham scored and then Solskjaer scored. That was a very good game for him. And then 1992, yeah, it's very gutsy. 1992, they won the Euro. Denmark won the Euro competition. So the thing about Schmeichel is that at that time, players are not as physically strong as now. It's a theory of evolution. So the ball is definitely much lighter now. If you see the ball, if you see all the saves that Peter Schmeichel did, the ball is always like so heavy. It looks like a bowling ball, but he's able to save because he's very strong.
Yeah.
De Gea, much improved, and I feel that if you compare it now, right, De Gea is slightly aging Peter Schmeichel.
Okay, so Peter Schmeichel, De Gea?
I would say De Gea.
De Gea, alright. For myself, I would still say Peter Schmeichel. Okay, I am coming from a goalkeeper point of view because I play goalkeeper. So, when I look at goalkeepers play, when I watch EPL games, I look at a lot of things. For example, my favorite goalkeeper, Buffon. Alright, I've got his number here, his name on my back. Okay, he is the legend of the legends. Okay, but for today we're talking about Schmeichel versus De Gea. My favorite for the EPL, Premier League. I have never had a favorite goalkeeper more than Peter Schmeichel. And coming from a Liverpool fan, alright, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I have loved the way Peter Schmeichel have played. I might not have been, able to watch him live, but I was able to watch YouTube videos and so far and so forth. And the way he comes out and opens his body up so big and covers, he uses his whole body. It's much similar. I mean, Joe Hart was a bit similar to him back when Joe Hart was playing for Man City. When Joe Hart came out and he covered his whole body, he used his legs, his body, his arms, everything to just smother the ball. Okay, that was brilliant. And that is what Peter Schmeichel brought to the Man United team back then. Okay, he was a commanding force. If you made a mistake, you're dead. Right? He was the Alex Ferguson on the pitch.
Yeah.
Some might say.
He was very vocal.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So that's what's lacking in De Gea. I think De Gea, he's a very commanding force, as in he has the presence there, like we saw in the Arsenal game. He's safe here, he's safe there, and he has been saving Man United for the past few years. Alright, Man United hasn't been what they were for the past few years, but he has been saving a lot. Alright, and he has been voted as their best player for the past few seasons as well. So without a doubt, talent is there. But when comparing to Schmeichel and De Gea, what De Gea is lacking is
personality.
That personality. He doesn't really have that character yet. Where if you make a mistake, you're dead. Alright, as a defender, you wouldn't want to be facing him in the locker room.
Yeah.
Alright, Peter Schmeichel had that force. So for me, yes, Peter Schmeichel.
Okay, I'll just add on to that. But I'm not denying that Peter Schmeichel, in terms of his ability-wise, he's definitely was outstanding. But if you compare it in the package, especially like Liverpool had Bruce Grobbelaar, he was technically okay. But if you compare to Peter Schmeichel, of course, Peter Schmeichel is better. But I think right now, De Gea's issue is that ability-wise, I think he's the world's best right now.
Yeah.
But the commanding force that what he mentioned, right, is probably what Man United needs, and from a goalkeeper who controls the game. But maybe he does it, we don't know. Maybe speaking Spanish, we don't understand. Okay? But Schmeichel had that fear instilled in players. If you were making mistakes, he will really tell you off. So in that wise, yes, Peter Schmeichel. But ability-wise, for me, is De Gea.
Yeah. Alright. So we got one for De Gea and one for Schmeichel. Who are you going with?
I'm going with you, Peter Schmeichel.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, as I'm a defender, so as a defender, you always want to improve. You always want to be in sync with the goalkeeper. De Gea is much more reserved than Schmeichel.
Yeah.
Both said that. Schmeichel, he'll tell you what to do. He'll tell you where to be. As a defender, that's what you want. You don't want people to give long shots. And at the same time, you want to do your stuff. You want to be tackling. So, Peter Schmeichel, in that way, he's better than David De Gea. However, another thing about Peter Schmeichel is he likes to charge at the defenders when it's one-on-one.
Yeah.
David De Gea,
He's closing down.
Yes, David De Gea does that too, but I don't think it's as scary as Peter Schmeichel coming at you.
Yeah.
But could we be just comparing based on characteristics of the keeper rather than ability? Like for example, De Gea is much smaller frame, but he's still young. How is De Gea? I'm not so sure lah. So
28.
yeah, so he's still young, and even Peter Schmeichel peaked when he aged.
Yeah.
So goalkeepers are like fine wine, right? They become better as they age.
Definitely, man.
So I feel like De Gea hasn't reached his peak yet, and he will develop when he goes to a team like Real Madrid because of the exposure and the media and all this. But I'm still sticking with De Gea. Like, ability wise, he's really world class.
We will see.
Talent.
We will get to see in the years to come. I mean, he's still young, and we've got lots more football to play for him. So we shall see.
Give another 10 years. We might change our answer.
Yeah.
True.
I won't
Okay.
be around for 10 years. Yeah.
So we've got 2 for Peter
Schmeichel.
Schmeichel and 1 for David De Gea. Alright. And we are gonna end the show off with predictions for the upcoming games. Big games, alright? So for tonight, we have Arsenal versus Spurs. Who's gonna win? What's your score? Score predictions. Quick one.
I really want Arsenal to win. I hate Spurs. Those
After the diving incidents last week.
diving- No, another thing is they always steal signings from Liverpool because their marketing is very good lah. Their transfer negotiations very. So they always get like Eriksen, they get Dele Alli, all these players that Liverpool were interested. Van der Vaart. So I would want Arsenal to do, because for me, Arsenal is they are on a task to prove that their signings are working, and having this is Mkhitaryan cup tied
For
Bro, it's EPL tonight.
CPL tonight.
no for the
Europa League?
No,
FA
Yeah,
League
Europa
Cup.
League. You're talking about Europa League,
Yeah.
right? Is
So-
Mkhitaryan captain for Europa
No.
League? No.
No,
So
okay.
he can
So
play
He just
tonight.
uses a different number.
different
So
number.
he won't be resting if he's gonna play
Okay,
tonight.
so today Arsenal Spurs, my gut feeling is Arsenal will triumph.
Score.
I think they're going to belt it out 3-1.
Alright.
You have more confidence in my defense than I have more confidence in my defense.
I'm not talking about defense though. I'm talking about score. Okay, maybe 3-2 lah.
Okay, so he's going with 3-2. Heikel, what about you?
Same thing. North
3-2
London
as well? Ah.
Yeah, North London derby always brings out goals.
Yeah.
You've got, like I said, Kane, Son, provided these guys play. Eriksen, because they got Champions League.
Ali.
I don't think Ali.
Ali.
I don't think Arsenal's going to rest any players because we're playing Osterson. I mean, we have to give respect, but he's going to probably play youngsters. So we're going to see Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, Ozil.
It will be.
It will be
It
either
will
Ramsey or
be.
Jack. I hope it's Jack because Jack gets it.
Yeah, honestly, I love Jack more.
I love
But-
Jack. I
I love
think
Jack.
he's on form.
But Wenger's going to put in Ramsey because he scored a hat-trick last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
3-2.
someone's going to die.
Alright, quick score.
3-2.
Because
3-2,
of
right? So
Ramsey's
we got 2-3-2.
3-2, yeah.
I'm going for a draw, 3-3.
Okay.
Alright. We
Interesting
are all
game.
being bold with all the goals.
Yep.
Okay. So next we are gonna go with Champions League predictions. Quick one, alright? Just scores. We've got Man City versus is it Shakhtar? Basel. Man City versus Basel. Basel at home, first leg.
2-0. 2-0
2-0
to Man City.
I would say 3-0. Man City.
3-0. Yeah, I'm also going for a 3-0 or 2-0. Alright, there's definitely gonna be a belter from them. Alright, we've got Liverpool versus Porto. Porto, first leg, home.
Porto versus Liverpool.
Could you guys go first?
Alright, okay.
Okay.
Porto, first leg, home.
Porto has a really good strong home record, so I would say 1-1.
1-1.
It
I'm
could
gonna
be 0-0 though. It could be. I think it's a draw game.
Okay, I'm gonna say 1-0 from Liverpool.
1-0.
I'm expecting them to keep a clean sheet. Trusting Enquiries, man.
Reason why I let you all go first because it's Liverpool.
Yeah.
You guys know, so I can base on that. What you pick? 1-1.
1-1, and I pick 1-0.
1-0. I go with a Porto win 1-0.
1-0.
Okay, and then we've got the second biggest game of the night, Juve versus Spurs. I'm gonna go with. I love Buffon.
It's a interesting game though.
I really love Buffon, but he's old, and
Spurs-
Juve is not performing, so I'm gonna go with a.
I'll go for
1-1
Spurs.
draw.
I'm not really sure of the score, but I would say Spurs win.
Who's at home?
Juve.
Juve. Spurs 1-0 maybe.
2-0. Juve.
Wow, bold. Okay, last but not least, the biggest
I hate
game
Spurs.
everyone has been waiting for. The biggest game everyone is waiting for. Real Madrid, PSG. Madrid home, first leg. Alright. Okay, Dom, go first.
PSG win. I don't care.
I think PSG will win. I just
Really?
don't know what score.
Yeah, PSG win.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go with Real Madrid to win by more than 2 goals at least.
Wow.
I'm serious. I'm not kidding. All right, so I'm looking for a score of maybe like 3-0, 4-1, or 2-0, 3-1. Yeah. So I have trust in Madrid, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, and that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you for tuning in. This is Dom. That is Heikel. I am Domindra Prabhu. And before I cap off the show, remember to tune in next week, 3:33 p.m. Same time, different location. See you. This is FootBoleh. Thank you.